Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Hour of Power.
All right, everybody, what is up? We are live. It is Saturday night. If you are splitting your time between here, and you're splitting your attention actually between here and SummerSlam, we thank you very much. Of course, this is the Animated Hour of Power here on the When Tunes Combined channel as part of the Animated Anarchy series. Tonight is the Adult Anime Gauntlet, the last kind of anime gauntlet we're doing here for Stage 4. Of course, I am your host, Dutchie, joined by a man who wears many hats on this show, producer, Dave's lapdog, last week, condescending butthead, Eric is here.
Putting work over the show.
Huh?
What? Nothing.
All right. Also joining us, Sean is here.
Hello.
And Wildcard Dave is here.
The one and only.
All right. So tonight, we are doing an adult anime gauntlet. So anime and adult animated shows. And we have Dave, good evening to you. And I don't know who he's calling gentlemen. But all right. Starting off, we have Celebrity Deathmatch and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are going to start this thing. Cleveland Show comes in third. Solar Opposites fourth. Magi Adventures of Sinbad fifth. Dragon Raja sixth. Boondocks seventh. And King of the Hill will enter last. Two shows are going to start. Once a show gets eliminated, the next show comes in. If a show wins the gauntlet, 50 points. Now, Celebrity Deathmatch or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure run the entire gauntlet, it's 100 points. If they sweep the entire gauntlet, it's 200 points. If a show wins the gauntlet and gets a couple sweeps along the way, they will get a 43-point sweep bonus. So we could have a change in the number one seed. These guys are going to judge the 5 categories that are going to be selected. If a show wins 3-0, 30 points. 3-1 is 20 points. 3-2 is 10, and 5 for the loser. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. The shirt gimmick has returned. I have 3 shirts on today. Because I wasn't going to do the shirt challenge because I only had 3 shirts on, but somebody, last week's condescending butthead, whined about it. So I decided to just put the 3 shirts on. All right. So if these guys can guess how many shirts I'm going to have on towards the end of the gauntlet, they're going to win the Be the Randomizer power. So they get to be the randomizer for a show. If they can guess what color the shirt's going to be, then they will get to eliminate a category from the randomizer. Dave, how many shirts am I going to have on at the end of this thing?
1.
All right.
Damn it.
John?
3.
All right, Eric, that means you're saying 2.
Yep.
All right. Dave, what color?
I think I'm going to go with black.
Oh my.
All right. Quit your whining, Eric. Sean?
No, it's just funny that
I'm
he read my mind like that.
gonna go with blue.
Hey. Eric?
Gray.
All right. So now, before we go to the randomizer, Dave, you started to call your shot last week. You've had a week to think about it. Are you going to be the randomizer for this episode?
Ooh. You know what? I think I will.
All right. Tell us what we're working with.
First category, humor.
All right.
Second category, originality.
Okay.
Third category, your enjoyment. Fourth category, I'm going to say cultural impact. And the fifth one, I think I'm going to go with voice acting.
All right.
Solid lineup.
All right.
I'm
Now,
surprised that you didn't choose animation.
well,
A lot of
All
these
right.
shows are like similar in animation, so I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah.
You read my mind, Sean.
Okay, so now because Dave got to be the randomizer, nobody can switch these. Nobody can switch them. Nobody can veto them. So they're sticking around. So Dave has used his be the randomizer power. And we have humor, originality, overall enjoyment, cultural impact, and voice acting. Now, I will say this is that there are some people that I've talked to throughout the week. They want a certain match to happen on this episode. I cannot say what it is.
Until it happens.
Well, no, the reason why they don't want me to say this is because they don't trust you.
No, I know.
So, because they know that you're like Vince McMahon. If we tell you what you want, if we tell you what we want, you're going to do the opposite.
Dixie Carter.
Don't ever compare me to this Carter.
Well,
Eric
Vince.
Carter.
Or Vince. Especially not Vince.
well, I mean, you do have one of his qualities.
What was the order I gave you again? Just
Humor, originality, overall enjoyment, cultural impact,
Yeah.
and voice acting.
Okay, perfect.
Good job, Dave.
All right. So now, before we get to that, now I started something different this week. We are going to, so every week in the group chat that I have with the guys, I'm going to put a top 10. I'm going to put a top 10 points wise of where the shows rank right now. Now, it very well could change this week. Like it could technically change at the end of the episode, but I'm going to read off what the top 10 is right now. By the way, I've screwed it up twice because my math skills are bad. Now, unlike Eric, my math skills are supposed to be bad.
I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm gonna be the better man and not make fun of you.
Yeah. Your math skills, well, I mean, like I said, my math skills are supposed to be bad. So all right. So the top 10 shows right now, points wise, and number 10 are The Simpsons with 177 points. Pinky and the Brain at number 9 with 180, but they have the better record. And they have the better record than the show that also comes in with 180, which is Naruto. They come in at number 8. Or Pinky and the Brain has a worse record. Pinky and the Brain has a worse record than Naruto because Naruto is technically still undefeated. So Pinky and the Brain at 9 with 180, Naruto at 8 with 180. Black Clover comes in at number 7 with 189. Paw Patrol at number 6 with 221. Kim Possible at 5 with 226. Mighty Ducks, the animated series, at 4 with 295. Avatar, The Last Airbender at 3 with 310. Batman, the animated series, at 2 with 311. And the number one seed right now, the number one show is Codename Kids Next Door with 312 points. But that could very well change by the end of this episode. All right, let's go ahead and we got Celebrity Deathmatch taking on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Celebrity Deathmatch in the division of Raven Finley. They're 2-1, 35 points, 55 points away from a division lead. Taking on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in the division of Matthew Gore, 3-0, 80 points. They have a division lead right now. And we are going to start with humor. That is the first category. And Dave, you picked it, so you go first.
I'm going to go with Celebrity Deathmatch here. There's different styles of humor at play. I think Celebrity Deathmatch is just, it's a little more shocking. They use real famous people, so you get that crude, shocking type of feel for it. And I just feel like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It's just like it's comes from like weird situations more than humor and jokes and stuff like that. So I'm going with Celebrity Deathmatch here.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with Celebrity Deathmatch. Simply like what Dave was saying about them bringing in top tier like comedians, but also like using their style, but at the same time kind of mocking it.
Yeah.
So that's how it went for me. I don't know.
Eric?
Yep, Celebrity Deathmatch.
All right. They're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Originality is the next category, Eric.
Ooh. I guess, I'll go with Celebrity Deathmatch. It's different. You don't use, there's nothing like that as a show like that. So.
All right. Dave?
This one's pretty tough. But I feel like it is very tough because they're completely different. I feel like they're both original in their own way. To make it interesting, I'm gonna go JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I just think it's unique. You got different main heroes. It's more like focuses like their fights are like puzzles and like weird. It's not like raw strength. It's like you gotta like special weird powers type deal. I just think it's very unusual. So I'm gonna go JoJo's Bizarre Adventure here.
Okay. All right, Sean, you get to break a tie.
For originality, I'm going with Celebrity Deathmatch.
Okay.
I just feel like at that time there was literally nothing like that type of show that used actual celebrity names.
Yeah.
And just pin them up against each other.
All right, fair enough. All right, they're up 2-0. One more, and then they could sweep. Sean, you're gonna go next. It's overall enjoyment, or you're gonna go first in overall enjoyment.
I'm sticking to Celebrity Deathmatch. I love that show. Sorry for the background chatter.
It's okay.
3-year-old talking.
That's all right. That's all right.
Mom?
In a few years, he can have Eric's job. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Did you
Dave.
say my name?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah, I'm going the opposite way. I think I enjoyed JoJo's Bizarre Adventure a little bit more because there's a deep story. There's like some fantasy type battles.
It's an anime.
Yeah. It follows like a family across like multiple generations. It has really good epic fights and some strange adventures. So I'm going with that. Nothing bad with Celebrity Deathmatch. I enjoy that too, but it's kind of repetitive with
Yeah.
pinning up celebrities against each other. So
Yeah.
at some point, like it kind of gets dried out for me.
Fair enough. All right, Eric, you're breaking a tie.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna go JoJo.
Okay. Is that did you actually enjoy it more, or you just want to keep the battle going because you don't feel like watching the show that you're going to review later tonight?
No, I think it was 50-50, so I decided to go with JoJo.
All right. Okay. That's what we got to deal with. All right. Celebrity Deathmatch is up 2-1. They could still win it in the next category. Cultural impact, Dave.
Definitely JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think it's longer lasting. It's definitely got more, iconic, globally recognized like formats. So like it's more recognized. People remember it a little bit more. I feel like the battles in the supernatural power systems kind of changed. The typical modern shonen animes, and like its fashion and art. It was definitely like it inspired like luxury brands like Gucci and stuff like that. So I think because of that, it's got a little bit more impact. And like I said, it's longevity. I mean, it's from the 1900s, sold over 100 million copies. I mean, it's really, really up there.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, I'm gotta go with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Pretty much what Dave said.
Gotcha. All right,
I think
Eric
Celebrity
McMahon.
Deathmatch was just too
JoJo.
secluded to one day of people.
Yeah. Just they were basically, it was just basically for wrestling fans, except for you get to see people die,
Yeah.
Yep.
especially celebrities you don't like. All right, Mr. McMahon, you voted JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, voice acting, Sean.
I'm giving it to Celebrity Deathmatch because half the time they had the real person.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but you know, you want to catch Britney Spears on there or anything, but a lot of the comedians and older guys were like down with it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
All right, Eric.
Just to keep it interesting, I'm going to go JoJo.
All right. Go ahead, Dave. You're breaking the tie.
Oh, this one's tough for me. Because like Celebrity Deathmatch, it's mostly like silly celebrity impressions, for comedy. Um, and I feel like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was like more professional voice acting.
Well, because it was meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Celebrity
But
Deathmatch wasn't meant to be.
yeah, it was supposed to be goofy and do impressions of famous people and stuff like that,
Yeah,
which I
it's
thought
just-
was hilarious, and that's the reason why I'm going with Celebrity Deathmatch here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you cannot take Celebrity Deathmatch seriously.
No, you can't. You can't. It was two completely different ways of voice acting and dialogue. So it's definitely hard to compare the two, but it just really depends what you prefer, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure had a little bit of a comeback, but they could not get the job done. So, all right. They move on now. They're going to face the Cleveland show in the division of Joshua Allen. And they are 2-1, 50 points. They're 30 points behind Samurai Pizza Cats for a division lead. And we are going to start with humor. And Eric, we're going to start with you.
Ooh. I'm going to go with, I think they're both funny in different ways, but I'm going to go with Celebrity Deathmatch.
All right. Dave?
I'm gonna have to agree with Eric. I just feel like the Cleveland show kind of falls short. Like it just compared to like shows like Family Guy, it just feels like a tamer version of it,
Yeah.
slower. I feel like the gags are off, like already done in Family Guy, so it's just I don't know. I struggle to find really good humor in there.
Exactly.
Fair
Why
enough.
I did Deathmatch. I feel like it was too kind of repetitive from those family shows, and I mean Family Guy and King of the Hill. So
Yeah.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, Celebrity Deathmatch. The Cleveland show is just kind of like a stale, basic, copywritten humor that got old after a while because it never really changed.
yeah, you saw
mean,
that
It's
humor.
way too similar to Family Guy, but a lot less raunchy, but a little more racy. So,
Right. All right. They're up one. Celebrity Deathmatch up 1-0. Two more, and then they can sweep it. Originality, Sean.
Celebrity Deathmatch. This Cleveland show was a ripoff of Family Guy.
Yep.
All right. Dave?
I would have to agree with Sean. I'm going with Celebrity Deathmatch. The clay stop motion animation, instead of like your standard cartoons. You pitted real public figures against each other in like a wrestling death match, which is pretty unique. So I'm going with them.
All right. Eric?
Yep. Celebrity Deathmatch. I don't. Cleveland show was a ripoff of Family Guy and King of the Hill.
All right. We're up 2-0. One more, and then they sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Eric.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Okay. Dave?
It's a sweep. Celebrity Deathmatch here. I definitely enjoyed that a lot more.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, Celebrity Deathmatch.
No way.
All right, celebrity. Oh, by the way, I forgot something very important. So you guys see the shirt I have on, right?
Yeah, forgot to take it off.
Yeah. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure comes off. All right, Celebrity Deathmatch is going to win this next battle. 3-0. And right now they are going to get they have a sweet bonus of 43 points. Now we'll see if they can keep it or not, but right now they are on a trajectory to possibly win. The next show up is Solar Opposites. And Solar Opposites 0-3, -5 points in the division of Matt P. And we start with humor. And Dave, we start with you.
Oh, this one was kind of tougher for me because they both have like some good humor in there. But I'm gonna stick with Celebrity Deathmatch. I think the vibe of it, the shock value, the violence. I think it's kind of funny. Solar Opposites has some good jokes. I think they're pretty rapid fire too. It's just not over the top like Celebrity Deathmatch, I think.
Fair enough. All right, Eric.
I'm going to Solar Opposites because I enjoyed the jokes there. So.
All right. Sean, you get to break a tie.
I'm going Solar Opposites. I think every character, even if it's not one of the main characters, have like a humorous side to them that's all separated. Nobody's the same. And even with the like original four, like Corvo and them, they all have their own set like style of humor.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
All right. We move on to originality. Solar Opposites is up 1-0. One more or two more, and then they can sweep. Originality, Sean, go ahead.
Celebrity Deathmatch. Because Solar Opposites is obviously a rework of Rick and Morty.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Dave?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Sean here. Pretty much took the words out of my mouth.
All right. Eric?
Yep. Celebrity Deathmatch.
All right. They're tied 1-1. No sweep is happening. But we move on to overall enjoyment, Eric.
Ooh. This was tough. But I'm going to go with Celebrity Deathmatch.
All right. Sean?
I'm going Solar Opposites. I know it's similar to Rick and Morty, but it's basically after like the first two episodes, I think, it becomes like a insanely multi-story type of show because you not only do all the characters have their own stuff going on, but then they do the people in the wall.
Yeah.
And then they have their own like side story. And then it goes into decent detail about how that all came to be, who they are and whatnot. And I was very happy that they did something like that. It was very cool.
All right. Dave, you get to break a tie.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna go for like the binge watching type of feel, and I think that's gonna be like Solar Opposites. I could binge watch that more than I could Celebrity Deathmatch,
Right.
just because there's like ongoing plots and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's an ongoing story. Celebrity Deathmatch it's basically a wrestling show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Who's fighting today? We're watching UFC with murder.
Yeah, basically. So I just think because there's that ongoing plot, I enjoy that a little bit more.
All right.
And they never deviate from the plot either. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like how show like Rick and Morty it's always different what their mission is, but in Solar
Yeah.
Opposites, their whole mission is to protect well crap, I can't remember his name, the little guy that's supposed to eat the world. Can't remember his name.
I forget his name. But all right. Solar Opposites is up 2-1. They can win it in the next category, cultural impact, Dave.
I'm definitely going with Celebrity Deathmatch here. I think it's much larger and more defining cultural impact than Solar Opposites. You know, it was on MTV from what 98 to like 2000 something,
2001 or 2002.
2000, yeah, somewhere around there. I just think that, you know, it had that culture, that pro wrestling mania culture that was peaking back in that day. And I just feel like because of that, it definitely had more of that presence, that widespread coverage, compared to Solar Opposites, which is kind of like a, you know, a play off of Rick and Morty a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Sean?
I'm actually, this is going to sound like a really weird reason, but I'm picking Solar Opposites because I think it's very impressive that they can continue the show with one of the main creators not being a part of it anymore and still being somewhat successful.
Fair enough. All right, Eric, you get to break a tie.
I'm going Celebrity Deathmatch. If Solar Opposites wasn't a reincarnation of Rick and Morty, I might have chose them.
All right. So we're going to go to the fifth category again. It is voice acting. And Eric, you get to start.
I'm gonna go with Solar Opposites. I like the voice acting in that. So
All right. Dave?
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Eric and pick Solar Opposites here. I think their comedic voice acting was on point. I thought they did a really good job, and yeah, compared to Celebrity Deathmatch, where you know a lot of the impressions kind of sound alike, so I'm gonna go with Solar Opposites.
All right. Sean?
Solar Opposites.
All right. They are going to take the win. By the way, it's going to be their first win.
really,
Yeah.
wow.
So it's their first win. And they're getting themselves out of the negative, at least for right now. But so they're going to get 10 points. And, but Celebrity Deathmatch is going to get 5. They end Celebrity Deathmatch's tour ends here with them getting 45 points, not enough to take a division lead. So 16's division lead is safe right now. However, they did get some major points. All right, Magi Adventures of Sinbad is up next. They are entering the gauntlet, and they are in the division of Nick Cosmo, and they are 1-2, 15 points. They are 165 points off of a division lead. We start with humor, and Dave, we start with you.
Solar Opposites has this by far. I just feel like it's fast paced, absurd adult humor.
Okay. All right. Eric?
Yeah, Solar Opposites. I just thought that was the jokes were more funnier and more related. More, I don't want to say relatable, but more adultish.
Fair
If
enough.
that's the word.
All right, Sean?
I'm sticking with Solar Opposites, yeah. I think it was just
Adultish.
more mature and better delivery
Yeah.
on the jokes and the humor.
All right. They're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they can sweep it. Originality is the next category. And Sean, you get to start it.
I gotta go with Sinbad just because I'm sticking to the root of Solar Opposites being too similar to Rick and Morty.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Dave, I heard, somebody heard an ooh, and Dave, it sounded like your voice.
I think I'm gonna go the opposite way. I think because Solar Opposites brings more of a conceptual originality to it. Yes,
Okay.
it does share the creative DNA of like Rick and Morty, but I think its execution of like sci-fi alien type sitcom mixed with like different like dark societies and other stuff like that. I think they break different grounds. I think Magi Adventures of Sinbad, it relies a lot on like conventional shonen tropes like that you see throughout a lot of animes, like going through magical dungeons, leveling up, acquiring certain items that help you enhance your powers and stuff like that. I just feel like you really see a lot of that. And then we also get like it's Arabian type uh culture, um, which I feel like we've kind of seen that with like what what movie am I thinking of with the genie and stuff like that?
Aladdin?
Aladdin, yes. Like we've seen kind of similar type of shows, kind of like that, Aladdin, where it's the same Arabian type of vibe.
Fair enough. That's a good assessment.
All right, Eric, you're breaking a tie here.
Ooh. I'm gonna agree with Dave here.
All right. All right, Solar Opposites is up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep. I have a Solar Opposites shirt on right now. It is black. Dave said I was going to have on one shirt. It was going to be black. Eric said 2 in gray. Sean said 3 in blue. Obviously, I took the shirt off, so Sean is out this one. It breaks my heart every time that happens because I always root. Sean to me is always the underdog, so I always root for the underdog. All right, we move on to the third category. Solar Opposites up 2-0. It is overall enjoyment. Dave, you get to go first.
I think I'm gonna have to go Solar Opposites. There's multiple seasons. It's rewatchable. There's a lot of humor in it. Sinbad, it's short. There's only like 13 episodes or something like that. And I feel like there's a lot of better shows with like magic and fighting in the dungeon type feel. So I'm gonna go with Solar Opposites here.
All right, Eric.
Yep, Solar Opposites. I just enjoyed that more. Yeah.
All right, Sean.
Yeah, Solar Opposites.
All right. They are going to get themselves another victory. They win it 3-0, so they get 30 points. They themselves right now have a sweeping bonus. Let's see if they are able to keep it. They are going to move on now to face Dragon Raja. Dragon Raja in the division of Dave's Uncle Joe. And they are let's see. They are 0-3, negative 20 points. So they're way off a division lead. But let's see if they can get themselves back into positive. We start with humor, Dave.
Solar Opposites. I think its jokes are kind of relentless in that show.
All right. Sean?
Solar Opposites.
All right. Eric?
Solar Opposites. The jokes were better.
All right. They're up 1-0. 2 more, and then they could sweep it. Originality, Sean.
Well, after how Dave kind of put some stuff in, I'm going to go with Solar Opposites here. Because they do a really good job with like the multi-alien cultural life and like all that noise.
Gotcha. All right, Dave.
I'm have to agree with Sean here. Like I said, it has that alien plot that's kind of different. Um, I just feel like Dragon Raja is like, you got the low confidence teenager that's going to be recruited by a secret uh agency type feel and go fight some ancient dragon clans. Like, I feel like we've seen kind of like stuff like that. Um, like Naruto, he's right off the bat, he's low confidence kid, and he just wants to prove himself. So I feel like it does. Dragon Raja really doesn't bring anything that original.
All right, fair enough. Eric?
I'm gonna go with Solar Opposites.
All right. They're up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep. Overall enjoyment, Eric.
Sticking with Solar Opposites.
All right.
Just better overall show.
All right, Dave?
I kind of like Dragon Raja a little bit more. It's like it's like a MMORPG type of anime type game, but it's like a cyberpunk fantasy. I think it's because of its graphics and stuff like that. I think it really stands out in its massive world. So I'm gonna go with Dragon Raja here.
All right, Sean, you get to break a tie here.
Going with Solar Opposites.
All right.
I just really love the quadruple storylines they have continuously going. And I also find it super funny when there's like an episode of like a really dramatic scene and with the people on the wall, like a big battle or like something, just crazy happens, and they're like, it's so dramatic, and then one of the alien kids just open it up and throw him a piece of candy and act like nothing's like ever really bothering her. Find that type of humor too.
Yeah. All right. They win it again, 3-0. So their third victory. So right now they've already got themselves to a 500 record. They're 3-3 overall. They started this thing 0-3. They're now 3-3. And already they've gotten themselves the points that they'll be able to keep unless they get swept in the next battle. Right now they got themselves 70 points. Hopefully they'll be able to, they'll be at least able to keep 60 of it, depending on what happens in this next battle, because they got to face the Boondocks. So the Boondocks, 3-0, 90 points in the division of Danielle Davis. I am still at 2 shirts, which is what Eric said I was going to have on. Dave said it was going to be 1. Sean said it was going to be 3. Eric said gray shirts, gray shirt. Dave said black, and Sean said blue. All right, Boondocks versus Solar Opposites. We start with humor. Sean, go ahead.
Oh man, I got to give this one to Boondocks. They're just too adult, I should say.
Yeah. All right, Eric?
Yeah, Boondocks.
Dave?
Boondocks, definitely. I mean, they make things like politics, race, media, the modern American culture. They put it all and make it into like a witty dialogue that's funny. So I just think this show is hilarious and I love it.
All right. They're up 1-0, 2 more, and then they sweep this battle. Originality, Dave.
Originality, I think it's pretty tough on this one, but I'm gonna go with Boondocks. I just think you get the Black American culture in here, which is, kind of unique for when it came out. I just think, you get that unique cultural perspective, between race relations, class, and you get to look through that lens. I think it's very artistic, and I think they're fearless with it when they bring up certain topics and whatnot, and they're not worried about really crossing any lines.
Yeah,
They just want to put out a good show and make it funny.
right. All right, Sean.
Ooh. I'm giving it to Solar Opposites.
All right, Eric, you get to break a tie.
Ooh. I'm giving it to Boondocks. It's like the black culture and
All right. Boondocks is up 2-0. One more, and then they can sweep it. Overall enjoyment, Eric.
ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna go Solar Opposites because I know where David's going, so I'm gonna see where Sean goes.
All right. So because he said that, guess what, Dave? You're going next.
Yeah, I'm going with Boondocks. I could watch that all day. You got some like drama with some, cultural aspects. You got social things going on. Just the Freeman family. The interactions between Huey, Riley, their granddad. It's really hard to beat that for me. I enjoy that a lot. It's very funny, and I think it's almost unforgettable. Like characters like Uncle Ruckus. Uh, that show just has me captivated sometimes.
Fair enough. All right. Sean, Eric doesn't think you break a tie enough on this show. We have already established that he can be a condescending butthead, but who are you going with?
For overall enjoyment,
Yeah.
I like both of the shows, but I'm going Solar Opposites.
All right.
That, just to be clear, it's the style and I don't know, just that type of show that I'm more drawn to.
All right.
What's
So
that?
now Solar Opposites, they're not going to lose points because they're not getting swept. So all the points they just earned. Now, again, they're probably going to lose their sweep bonuses that they have, but all their points that they just earned, they get to keep because they're not getting swept. Because Sean figured, they haven't won any matches yet. They just won 3, so they should be able to keep all their points. We move on now to the next category. Boondocks still up 2-1. Cultural impact, Sean.
I give it to the Boondocks. I don't really know how to explain it, but they had a massive cultural following.
They did because it was really it almost seemed like it was the first of its kind in that kind of animation form.
I'm pretty sure it was its first of its
Yeah.
kind, like that, especially representing the black culture.
Yeah, like and representing the black culture that people think is the actual black culture. So the way that people kind of stereotype them is what this show represented. It's like, all right, you think that this is what we are? Okay, well, we're going to make a joke out of it.
Right.
And it was immensely popular.
Yep.
Dave, you get to go next.
I'm definitely going Boondocks here. I think it's got more of a lasting cultural impact. Like taking a close look at like American racism, politics, stuff like that. Also, you have really memorable characters like Huey, Riley, Uncle Ruckus. I mean, you see them on the internet all the time, whether you want to or not. And then I just feel like it has some really good quotes in there that people still use to this day.
Yeah. All right, Eric?
Yeah, Boondocks. Everything these guys said, I was going to say.
All right, Boondocks is going to win it 3-1. They get 20 points. So this is the first time they've had to go to the 4th category. But now they move on to the final battle. They are going to go up against King of the Hill in the division of Stephanie Cano. By the way, Solar Opposites is done. Shirts off. This is what I got on. By default, Dave, you win the power.
Okay.
You win the beat.
Wait, even if King of the Hill somehow wins this?
What is my number one rule, you boob?
Oh, duh.
Mutiny.
Let's go. I used it just to get it back, boys.
Yeah. So, all right.
I knew.
Mutiny. This was a setup. Insider trading.
I didn't tell him what all I was going to have. I think he just realized because of where Boondocks was.
Yep. That's exactly why I was.
And I called on him first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eric wanted me to call on him first, but I have a fan base that wanted to see Eric punished.
But you never picked me first anyway. So
I'm calling for a veto.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so the King of the Hill, 1 and 2, 10 points in the division of Stephanie Cano. They are 115 points off of a division lead. I don't think they're going to get it here, but we start with humor. And Eric, we start with you.
King of the Hill was funny. Boondocks is just a different kind of funny. I'm going to go Boondocks.
All right. Sean?
I'm going with the Boondocks. I didn't really find much humor in King of the Hill. Like, there's moments, but not anything compared to Boondocks.
All right, Dave?
Yeah, I'm going Boondocks. I just think it was a little more faster, over the top, and something about it just makes it a little more humorous to me. King of the Hill, I just feel like it's a lot, like it's very slow, it's very subtle most of the time. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like dry but realistic humor, if that makes sense.
So King of the Hill does have funny moments, but the thing is because they wanted to, a lot of people, were kind of thinking that it was going to be a ripoff of The Simpsons. They're trying to be different from The Simpsons, so they don't really have, like, Hank Hill is no Homer Simpson.
No.
Okay. You cannot compare him to Homer Simpson. You cannot compare him to Homer Simpson. Peter Griffin, you can compare to Homer Simpson because, except for Peter is an even more horrible father than Homer and even more, damaged in the head.
Well, I would say it's more because Hank is probably the most realistic character to play a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really is. Like, he is like that
family.
Like, he's that father that's like, you want him to be funny, and sometimes he can be funny, but also too, he's just like, he tries to be like that straight-laced dad.
Yeah.
Yep. Even
it's like the most realistic show.
Yeah.
Because every character in that show, you're like, there were people exactly like this in the time frame that the show is portraying.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
All right. So Boondocks is up 1-0, 2 more, and then they sweep. We go to originality, Sean.
I'm going King of the Hill, just because of what I was just saying. It's too lifelike.
Yeah. All right, Dave.
Ooh, this one's tough, but because Boondocks was basically the first of its kind, I'm gonna go with Boondocks here. I think they did a very good job also with their animation style. They kind of blended like a Japanese, animation style into their show. I thought they did a very good job with that as well.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, I'm going to go with King of the Hill.
All right. So we're tied 1-1, so no sweep is happening here. But we move on to the next category, Dave, which is overall enjoyment.
Oh, Boondocks. I could watch that all day, every day. King of the Hill. I don't know. It's just
King of the Hill gets tiring after a while. I watched a few episodes the other day. I had to stop after like 4.
yes. I don't know why it does that, but it's just like I feel like it drains me when I watch it, man.
It's boring.
Like, yeah, it's very boring to
so
me.
It doesn't have the energy of like a Simpsons or a Family Guy.
Yeah, you just need a little bit of excitement in the show. And I think it would have a lot
It's a show
better.
for the 44-year-old drunks that are mechanics.
Yeah, basically.
Or work at Home Depot.
Yeah, or sell propane.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So, all right, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go King of the Hill because I watched that as a kid. So
Okay. All right, Sean, break the tie, please. Boondocks.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Mike down.
Yeah. Whoops. All right.
We're under attack.
Mic drop.
Yeah. All right. Boondocks is up 2-1. One more, and they take a 20-point win. We go to cultural impact now.
Oh my god.
Well,
This one's tough.
Well, so let me just kind of explain it, because to me, this one is definitely kind of tough, because I was talking about, by the way, this is the matchup that people at work were hoping was going to happen.
Yeah, I think this is the toughest category so far between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
they're
you got to
both
look at it
massive.
like this. Boondocks is first of its kind, and we understand that. King
But
of
so
the
is
Hill.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, exactly. And King of the Hill technically still exists today, because they're
Yep.
still coming out with new seasons.
they brought
So-
it back.
Huh?
Didn't they stop and then bring it back?
Yes.
Yeah.
It ended in 2010, but they had been planning, because again, Hulu likes to bring back the adult animated shows. They did the same thing. I think they did the same thing with Futurama.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, yeah, it ended after a 13-year run, but they brought it back. So it really just depends on how you see the category rolling out. Now, Dave, you said it was going to be hard, so I'm not going to start with you. I'm starting with Eric.
Yes, thank you. I'm going King of the Hill because I think the impact is a little longer because they actually brought it back. Boondocks is newer.
All
right.
Sean, let's go to you.
Dang. I'm agreeing with Eric on this one with King of the Hill.
I can sense the disappointment in your voice because you're agreeing with him.
Well, thanks, Sean.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree with these two. I mean, King of the Hill aired on Fox for over a decade, in prime time slots. So it's reaching pretty much every American household. I just feel like the show proved it's timeless across multiple generations.
Yeah.
Its reboot is prime example of that. So I just feel like because it's still in relevancy today, it gets that little extra push. But they're both massive in my eyes, and it's really a coin flip.
Yeah.
But I think because what King of the Hill is doing currently, I think they take it.
Wasn't
All
King
right.
of the Hill in the time slots right after Simpsons or before Simpsons?
I want to say they went at 7:30 on Sundays.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the prime time slot for
Yeah.
sure, though.
It was a primetime Sunday slot.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they were
Because
before or after.
especially if you look at football season, like you have football on Fox, then you go straight into, okay, we're gonna go into King of the Hill before we get to the Simpsons.
Yeah.
So
I just feel like more people know King of the Hill than the Boondocks too, because Boondocks was like a late night type cartoon.
yeah, Boondocks was at like what, 11 or 11:30 or whatever time Cartoon
Yeah,
Network
it
decided
was
to put
late.
it on.
Yeah, it was late, so like a lot of people are sleeping by that time too.
Yeah.
So I
And
mean,
it came out later, right?
Yeah, it came out like I want to say like 2004, 2005 ish.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Boondocks. I'm pretty sure that's when it released.
I mean, I was going to say 2006, but
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm right.
It could be around there. It's definitely around that 2004, 2006 era. Definitely.
All right. We're tied 2-2. We're starting to see why people wanted to see this matchup. So we go to the fifth category. It's voice acting. Dave, you were the one that picked the category, so you get to go first.
Ooh.
I think they both are exceptional here. I think they
Yes.
both have distinct
Yeah.
voice acting and achieve greatness in very different ways. Like Boondocks relies on the high energy comedic delivery, and they also have a lot of studded guest performances too. And I think King of the Hill is more subtle. It's more like deep character consistency, like Hank with his voice acting. But I think I'm gonna go with the Boondocks just because they do have some star guests come on. I think they do this brilliant. Like they're brilliant with their voice acting on here. I think it's a legendary delivery. And I think they just have that star power. Like they had Samuel L. Jackson on there, Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes. And those are like people that the show represented that culture. So I just want, I think that the Boondocks definitely killed it with their voice acting.
All right. Sean?
Yeah, I agree. Boondocks had too many super known actors, or
I don't think King of the Hill ever did like big celebrity voice
no,
guest stars, did they? Not not like The Simpsons and Family Guy.
yeah, nothing to like Samuel L. Jackson level.
Yeah.
But I gotta
I
say,
can't.
King of
I
the
can't
Hill-
imagine Samuel L. Jackson
But
on King
I
of the
mean,
Hill.
for the type of show King of the Hill is, I mean, they really do portray who they're supposed to portray very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they give you that like Texas feel, like it's a real place than a cartoon. I think it's very consistent, like with the hyper realistic voice acting that they have going on. Like this one was very difficult. The thing that put it over is the star power that the Boondocks introduced. That's the only edge that I've seen here. So that's why I want that.
Okay. All right. Eric?
This is tough, but I'm gonna go Boondocks.
All right. Boondocks is going to win it 3-2. And they're going to win the gauntlet. So they take the gauntlet win. King of the Hill is still going to get themselves 5 points. Boondocks got a 20-point win and a 10-point win. That's 30 points plus the 50 points for winning the gauntlet. So they move to 5-0. They get themselves 80 points.
I just want to say, I called it.
Yeah. Now, again, it wasn't easy. It was not easy against King of the Hill.
It was not. King of the Hill was a great matchup.
Okay.
And they were totally different. So I thought it was great.
Can you imagine, like, if you made this into like an animated thing, and King of the Hill, since it came in last, was like the final boss, play this really insane, like, epic battle music, and out comes walking Hank Hill.
All right. So
did you do the randomizer before Dave chose his? I'm just curious.
No, because Eric, he called the shot last week.
Okay.
So I came on here. I came on here 95% sure he was going to use it.
Okay. I was just curious if you did. What was the order?
You know, it was good that I almost didn't. I was thinking all week about it. I was like, do I use my power? I was like, but I really want humor in there. Like I wanted certain categories in there. So like there's a couple that I was just like, it doesn't really matter. So I just kind of threw in there like cultural impact. I was gonna like that one. Was a toss up for me. But yeah, I just had a feeling that I should use it.
I actually thought Dave was gonna not use it. I thought he would change his mind.
But I mean, he gets another one.
Yep, I
Yeah, I
already
know.
got it back.
Now
Eric.
he doesn't get the eliminated category power because I took the solar opposite shirt off.
Unfortunately. Is that blue or green that you have on?
This is green that's on right now.
Oh, okay. It's hard for me to tell.
Yeah.
I might be.
It looks like gray. No, I'm joking.
So all right. So not solar opposites. Solar opposites did get some points as well, but Boondocks got themselves 80 points. They are sitting at 170 points right now. They do not move into the top 10. They're 7 points off of moving into the top 10. So Simpsons is holding on to that number 10 spot just barely. But all right, this Wednesday on Animated Showdown, this one is going to be fun because this next gauntlet is the They Suck Gauntlet. All right. Exo Squad is going to start with Galaxy High School. Gravedale High will come in third. Josie and the Pussycats fourth. Chowder fifth. 16 or no. Pee-wee's Playhouse sixth. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog seventh. 16 will come in last. Now, gentlemen, if you go into your messages, you will see that earlier on I did send you the order of entry for next week's Hour of Power, and I'm going to read it off. Dave will not be with us. I will be judging, but it is the Based on Something Gauntlet, and here is the order. Super Mario Brothers Super Show and Jackie Chan Adventures are starting it off.
Ooh.
Camp Candy comes in third. Double Dragon fourth. Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling fifth. Sonic Sat AM sixth. Gilligan's Planet seventh. And Alf the Animated Series eighth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool one.
So,
Man,
I didn't
I
do it
feel
on
bad
purpose.
for no. I feel bad for Elf starting in eighth, man. I like Elf.
I don't.
Yeah, we know you don't, Eric.
I think I'm gonna have a Gauntlet cut. The ones I hate. I thought about that. I really thought about that.
I mean, if I called one the They Suck Gauntlet, I don't see any reason why you can't do that.
I don't even know if I have 10 or 8. But two. You guys know 2 of them.
Elf and SpongeBob.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right, but Dave, what do you think of this? Who do you think is the front runner?
The front runner for this one? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Jackie Chan Adventures. I think has a really good shot, or Sonic Sat AM.
Yeah.
I think are my two.
I might use my power.
My two big ones right there, but Elf is my sleeper pick if I had to pick one.
And
Maybe I might use my power. Just saying.
all right,
But it is also the Elf animated series, so it's not as good as the sitcom.
no, it's not as good as it's. I mean, I enjoy it because I enjoy all things Alf anyway.
Yeah, same. I enjoy Elf. I love that show. It's funny.
So, but I'll say this: I really do. I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I do think it's either Jackie Chan Adventures or Sonic.
Yeah.
And by the way, if Jackie Chan Adventures can run the table next week, they're in the same division as the Boondocks. All right. There's a good shot that Jackie Chan Adventures can take the division lead from the Boondocks next week. They would have to run either run the table or get through the majority of the table by kicking some major backside.
Yeah.
Because they are 150 something points off. But they are good enough, I think they can run the table. It's going to depend on the categories, as it always does.
100%. 100%. But based on the categories, I think, their toughest challenge, if they do go through it, will be Sonic.
Yeah, especially because Sonic has a better theme song.
Yep, 100%.
Mhm.
Sonic has a better theme song.
Better characters, better character development.
You think Sonic has better character development?
Oh yeah, Jackie Chan doesn't have real good development. They're basically the same throughout the whole show.
I think because of this is where you and I would kind of differ.
Uh-huh.
I would pick Jackie Chan Adventures character development over Sonic's
Really?
Oh,
because of the story.
okay.
Maybe, but
Because of the story that they're telling, especially in that first season when they're going after the talismans.
This is interesting because
Yeah.
I might use
But-
my power now that you.
We heard you the first 4 times. You're gonna use your power.
I do like that. I like that matchup. Yeah.
Sean, what do you think? Who do you think is the favorite in this thing?
Sonic, possibly. Who was the first 2 again?
Jackie Chan
Super
Adventures
Mario.
and Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Oof. That one might be tight in itself.
Well, and I'll tell you this right now: Super Mario Brothers Super Show. First of all, the worst division in this series. They're in the worst division because all those shows are not doing well right now. Okay, and Mario has like the division lead at just 5 points,
Ooh.
and they haven't won yet.
They got 5 points though.
Yeah, they got 5 points from a close loss. The other shows they had points, but they kept getting swept, so they're losing them.
Yeah, they're getting mad.
So Super Mario Brothers Super Show is gonna come in next week, wanting to get its first win. I just don't know about their chances against Jackie Chan.
Right.
Fair enough.
But I will find that out next week, and the one wild card will not be here, but I'll be judging. And sometimes I could be a little bit of a wild card just because.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Because there's been like certain matches that we think have gone one way that we would know would go one way if you're here, but when I'm here, they go like the completely different. Sometimes they'll go the completely different way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. All right. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast YouTube channel. This Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to book an event called the Wrestling Cup. We're going to pick 8 promotions, or it's being voted on right now, 8 promotions. We're going to give those promotions 5-man teams, and we're going to basically book it like it's a team competition. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to Money E's Unscripted Sports Show. And you're going to find them on Twitch at TCX Money E, on Instagram at money_6pack picks. You're also going to see him later tonight around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Voices of Pro Wrestling, doing a SummerSlam review, which is why his camera was off for most of the show, because he's watching SummerSlam and making faces.
Yeah, especially the first match.
I can hear what's going on. So like when I heard what I heard, I'm like, all right, whatever.
I wanted to say something out loud, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, don't. All right. Also, make sure to find the Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCXGod1095. Sean said, the heck with all this Twitch crap. I'd rather just sit home and scratch myself, so we don't have to plug anything for him anymore. Also, make sure to join the Dizzleverse Twitch stream. They may be doing something tonight, or he may be doing something tonight. I'm not sure. And then the Stabcast with Daniel and Mindy tomorrow around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. They're going to be talking the movie ATM. All right, we'll see everybody on Wednesday for Animated Showdown.
Peace, everybody. Have a good one.